Hi everyone, welcome to our Deal or No Deal story time. I was asked lately by a seller client of mine. He sold his apartment, about to close, and he wanted to see if he could rent back his apartment from the new buyer for a few months until he finds his next place. And on the surface, this all sounds harmless, very logical, and it's a very reasonable request. But as I was telling him, the actual execution of this is more complicated than most people would imagine. And the crux of the issue here is the fact that there is a tenancy established between the buyer and the seller now. And because of the strict tenant and landlord laws in the city, anytime there isn't a tenancy, it becomes complicated. So let's say the seller, if for whatever reason decides not to move out on the agreed upon date, the new owner would have very limited options to enforce a move out. So he will have to go through the housing court and treat this like an eviction. To be certain, this is definitely the leaseback, it's called, has been done. It can be done, and it's been done many times over. So basically, the attorneys from both sides will have to draft up a separate agreement away from the purchase agreement called a leaseback agreement. And in that, typically there is an escrow account, and the tenant, the seller in this case, would have to deposit a decent amount of money, and then there is typically a daily penalty for each day past the agreed upon date if the seller, the tenant, doesn't move out. And all that is not really meant for the new owner to make money off the situation. It really is to heavily disincentivize the seller or the tenant from overstaying. So no, all that being said, the brain damage that's gonna cause, it probably is easier for the seller to go out and just find a regular rental, and just be done with it. All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.